Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good start. Ladies and gentlemen, senors y senores, did I say that right? I'm your hostess with the mostest, Alexander Rodriguez, here for On the Rocks radio show, where celebrities and cocktails mix. Tonight, we celebrate reality TV, Latin American actors, and Dynasty with our guest, actor-singer Luis Fernandez, whose first episode on Dynasty premieres tomorrow. Be sure to check it out on the CW. The Bravo boys are back from Bravo TV's The Newlyweds, fitness guru Craig Ramsay, and celebrity stylist Brandon Liberati, with my guest co-host, telenovela and reality TV star with questionable morals, Enrique Sapene, and who's joining the show? Scott Cruz is here too. So let the games begin.
Thank you for being
Boulevard.
Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, coming at you from Sunset Gower Studios in the heart of Hollywood, where I drink with your favorite celebrities and we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and that's about it. So pop a cork, pour a glass, lean back, and enjoy On the Rocks every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Universal Broadcasting Network.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Lord help us, it's going to be a bumpy night because I literally just got back from Palm Springs. We're having technical difficulties. Some of our headphones are not working, so I apologize. But I just got back from Palm Springs. I was there Sunday and Monday and today. Oh, sorry, Palm Springs. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to the Sanctuary LGBT Foster Home. They had a great event on Sunday night at Spencer's Restaurant, which I had never been to, and it was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of Palm Springs friends, and yeah. Had a few cocktails. Anyway, I have to admit, I am so white that it hurts when I walk in the sun. So today we're celebrating Latin America, but I'm a Twinkie. I'm brown on the outside, white on the inside. And so, Enrique, you're going to have to help me with some of the translations.
Done deal.
Done deal.
If you trust me. Are you going to trust me with this?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Now, Brandon and Craig, do you speak any other languages?
Je parle pour le français.
Really?
Je suis un Canadien.
Oh, yes. Mm.
No Spanish.
Fancy.
I'm so sorry.
No
I'm going to butcher
Spanish?
this tonight, though. Yeah.
Did you understand any of that?
He said he speaks
I'm
French.
fancy, too.
I've dated Brazilians. I understand a little
You
bit
have?
of Portuguese. I've only dated Brazilians before this one.
But only the sex slang in Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those Brazilians are crazy, by the way.
Pork and cheese.
Loco.
Pork and cheese?
Pork and
Muito
cheese.
loco.
Pork and cheese. Portuguese. Pork and cheese.
Oh.
I was like, that too.
Now, Brandon, everybody
the
always
point.
asks me if you're Italian because
I am.
you have dark... Oh, so you are
I am.
Italian. Okay.
I'm Italian.
But you don't speak Italian?
You know, I pick it up when I'm there, and I understand it, but no, I would
Picks it up
answer.
when he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pick a lot up when I'm
You're
there.
married.
Yeah.
Careful.
When I went to Italy for
Excuse
2
me,
weeks,
sir.
everybody flirted
got it,
with
too.
everybody. It was like even like the gelato guy, he was asking for trouble. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have the sexual harassment issues there.
Yeah. They invented them. There. Hello to our listeners around the nation on iHeartRadio, Universal Broadcasting Network, Player FM, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Satchel, iTunes, Google Play, and of course, Facebook Live on Hillcrest Social in San Diego, True FM in Ohio, and nationally on Reverie Network and Bear World Magazine. RAR. Check out my weekly interviews, movie news in Bear World Magazine. This week I reported Bryan Singer has been missing from the set of the Queen biopic, so they've halted all the production.
Well, they fired him from the Freddie Mercury thing.
No, he hasn't shown up to set. Like, he never came back to set, so they filmed a day without him, and nobody's heard from him.
Scott, where is he?
Yeah.
Tune into that.
Oh gosh, I knew I was.
Perfect. Yeah. You should.
I think there's a little bit of alcohol and substance involved.
Yeah. Well, no, because I think that there's going to be a bunch of, because he has a lot of scandal attached to him. But this Queen biopic
There's
has
also a
been
little bit of
plagued
depression
with-
too. I'm sensing like there's a little bit of depression. that's
Well, he
going
probably
on,
had to
too.
watch his own X-Men movies.
Oh, wow.
Wow. For our, the shade.
The shade of it all.
The BITCH is on fire
Yeah.
tonight.
For our audio listeners, you can check out our video stream on Facebook, on the Rocks Radio Show, YouTube now. We're YouTubing live, but it keeps posting private, so I have to go in and make it public, but you can find it there. Or all of our video is on Hillcrest Social app. Go download the Hillcrest Social app. They give free concert tickets and products and all that, and you can see all of our video there. Coming up on the Rocks, next week, all you retro TV lovers, we have Allison Arngrim, who played the bitch Nellie Olsen on Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, wow.
She's coming in, and for TV Land people. Anson Williams, who played Potsy on Happy Days, both of them are going to be here next week. We're going to talk about all retro TV. I need to brush up on those shows. And you guys, I'm really excited. We're going to take a couple of weeks off for vacation, but before we do, December 19th is going to be our holiday party here on the Rocks. Golden Globe winner and Emmy nominee Joanna Cassidy is coming back with all of her liquor. She has Mulholland Distillery. And so we're going to do a taste testing, gin, vodka, and tequila. And in between, we're going to tell Christmas stories. And she's bringing some celebrity friends. So make sure. Of course, we love Joanna from Blade Runner, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 6 Feet Under, Bravo TV's Odd Mom Out, which is a great show. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
That's done.
Yeah, I love that show. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it got canceled.
I know. I'm
3
so
seasons. It was so smart and funny. Go watch Odd Mom
It's like
Out.
the comeback, though. I think. Same,
Yeah.
Same
Can you still like find it, like to watch it?
Yeah, I mean the third season literally just ended, so you can.
Or it might.
She's
It just
so
needs
funny.
to find a new home.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. But she's so funny. My mom, Mama Rose, is in the chat room on ubnradio.com and Facebook Live. She's answering all your questions. She loves everybody here. Keep her busy, otherwise she will get drunk and I'll have a new baby daddy. And if you have a burning question, she will let me know. Hello to our engineer. Hello, Chris. Keeping it real.
What?
Peace. Like us on Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air, on the web, ontherocksradioshow.com. Send me an email, book me for a wedding, quinceañera, bris, funeral. I'll be there. Info at On The Rocks Radio Show. Make your travel plans for Palm Springs, February 8th through the 12th. That's 5 days. I will be your official host for IBC, which is the International Bear Convergence. Somebody has their cell phone next to them. There we go. Anyway, so I'm going to be there for 5 days at the Hard Rock Hotel. They're building me like a little radio show cabana at the pool, and I will be broadcasting for Bear World TV and Reverie TV for 5 days. So come hang out with me. 5 days.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
5 minutes is a stretch.
Yes. Let me formally introduce my co-hosts for today that are going to help me keep it together. Scott, you just happened to come by. Scott Cruz is a great musician.
I just so happened to come by.
Yes.
In my cardigan.
Yes. My bestie in training. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but we'll get there.
That's going to be your intro.
Yeah.
It's Enrique. We haven't quite gotten there yet.
But Scott Cruz is a singer-songwriter, writes all of his own arrangements, performs all the instrumentation and singing. Go check out his YouTube videos, Scott Cruz. Also, he is a Bravo celebrity as well, featured in 2 seasons of Real Housewives of OC. And you were featured so many times this last season, especially during the reunion. For your work.
Really, I haven't even watched it.
See, this is so ridiculous. You guys talk to him about it because he doesn't capitalize on any of the reality TVs. He doesn't want any part of it.
No, he does. Go to his social media.
I just had a
share.
You're in conversation with the housewives all the time. I've seen it. Well, they're in conversation with you. You're not checking the socials. Yeah.
Who is?
You know what, though? I have
Into the microphone, Scott. It's
Oh,
a
who
radio
is? I'm
show.
sorry.
Yeah. What's her name? Tamara?
I'm friends with her, so I individually, text with her, so I don't do it on social media.
Yeah, but she's what?
But I have to say, though, I get it. I just had a show end this week, and I didn't watch any of it.
I never
10
watched
episodes.
any of
Yeah,
it.
but Vicky Gunvalson threw him under the bus on Watch What Happens Live. Like, they showed his picture, and she said, no casserole for him. He didn't even, respond or get involved, and he should have tweeted
Well,
her
he
back.
doesn't know.
Why would he even
He's a
respond
psychic.
to
He
Vicky
knows this
Gunvalson?
stuff. He's just tuning into it, and he
Vicky
knows what's
Gunvalson's
out there.
like, he's
Like, why
Scott
would you
Cruz is
respond to
gay.
Vicky?
Who is Vicky? Who is Vicky Gunvalson
She's
in my
one of-
life?
She's one of the OGs.
She's unemployed
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoop it up. We want to whoop it up. The shade has started.
And we're on the first
Spoiler
drink.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not pretty.
Yes.
Not pretty.
So
Well, they
welcome,
did
Scott
announce
Cruz.
today, by the way, that 2 of them are fired. Peggy and Lydia are not coming back. They're both fired.
Yes. Peggy.
I
Because
predicted that too.
Birds.
hold on, but they're bringing back Gretchen so that she can go
Oh, that makes
Sell more
sense.
purses?
against Tamara big time.
Her purses are made out of plastic.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, her face too. but it's
Oh.
Look,
Remember how
Gretchen.
cute Slade used to be?
Yeah,
Not no more.
but Gretchen is like the Asa of Shaws of Sunset. It was like a big infomercial.
Oh.
Gretchen was like,
Yeah.
no, because she was
yeah,
not
yeah.
sharing anything. She was selling.
Yeah.
She was there to sell.
I'm just glad
her
that Peggy is off and Alexis Belina. Ridiculous.
why would I
Jesus
get? Look,
drugs.
the 2 things I can't stand. I mean, I don't like cattiness and more or less catty women.
Really? I
Why-
could show our viewers your text. That's very catty.
My text. Yeah, that's me, Enrique.
No,
I'm glad
honestly.
Enrique's here.
Yeah. No, Enrique and I have a different texting relationship.
Why are you dragging me into your
Yes.
job?
This will be much better in Spanish. You
Yeah.
guys really have to.
Ay, Dios mío,
coordinate.
Dios
Coordinate
mío,
us.
¿Qué pasa, Dios mío, Jesucristo?
Yes.
Exactly.
And Enrique and I were talking about like doing like a movie project that we would play brothers, but it's like you have the accent and I don't. Like one of us would have to do an accent.
You can do it.
No, I cannot.
Try
do
it now.
No, I can do an Irish accent in my sleep
For sure.
But yeah, what are you talking about? But I can't do like a Hispanic accent. Nope.
Well, you could be the Latin mute. Just
That would be awesome.
for a change.
So funny. Oh, that is so
Sign me
funny.
up.
You're hired.
Yes. All right, welcome to the show, Scott Cruz.
Thank you.
Also, welcome back my frenemy and entertainment personality, Enrique Sapene. Enrique's career could fill a book, and he has entertained audiences internationally as a reporter on Univision Network, co-hosted with Carmen Electra, co-hosted Stylized Miami, where he worked with Queer Eyes, Jay Rodriguez, and Shade. And Enrique's telenovela credits are many, and they're all in Spanish, so I can't even pronounce one of them. His films have appeared at Sundance, on Showtime, and he's co-starred with Jennifer Tilly, which I love, and
love
Maria
her.
Conchita
Love her, too.
Alonso, who's been on the show, and she had a great time, and then she drunk texted me later that night.
I'm sure she did.
Enrique,
By the way,
Oh my God, you have
pause
to
on
read
that.
that.
Her mom just passed away, so
Oh,
shout out
sorry.
to that
sorry,
unfortunate.
Mom.
Way to
that's
bring
her-
the show down.
a
I'm
not
wonderful
available.
woman.
Yeah.
A
I'm
I'm
wonderful
not
woman.
available. I'm kidding.
has to make it all about him all the time. All the time.
Medium.
I'm an extra large. Okay. Enrique has produced segments for Entertainment Tonight, Wendy Williams, and recently appeared on 2 episodes of Jimmy Kimmel Live as a foreign correspondent journalist. Dabbling in reality TV, he was part of the cast of My Life is a Telenovela on WeTV. You guys have to check it out. It's like Housewives and like Days of Our Lives all wrapped up into one, and his one-liners are hilarious. And currently he can be seen on the hit reality TV show in the Spanish market, Rica y Famosa Latina.
Yes.
Yes? did I do that right?
No.
Yes.
No.
You're right.
Luis, how should I have said that?
Rica, famosa y latina.
Did you hear his voice?
See that?
I just got a little
That's
moist.
right. But it's like, and you might see another
Yes.
familiar face around there.
Oh, are you on the
It's
show?
my
too?
wife.
His
My
wife,
wife is
yes.
one of them.
His wife is one of the.
Your wife
Of
is
the
gorgeous,
crazy-
by the way.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
is, and she's a powerhouse.
Yeah, she
Yes.
is. We're going to talk about you guys working together and putting on Broadway
Right.
shows. In fact, Craig
En
Ramsay
español.
was on Broadway. So awesome. Anyway, so give a pinata-filled welcome to Enrique! Okay, so tell me about Rica y Famosa Latina. It literally is,
Oh my God, rich, famous, and Latina.
Yeah.
It's a translation of it.
but it's super, super crazy.
it's insane. It's like a freaking mental institution reality.
Right.
Yes.
It's incredible. Yeah.
We love
But
train
it
wrecks.
is
Those
great
women
because
really fight, by the way. They don't just play fight like
they
on some of the other.
go at it really. Yeah, I mean it's intense. But
And they stay in the show even when they know that the cameras are not there.
Yeah.
They just stay in the show. So my life has been like a crazy fucking reality show for the last 6 months. Really, because and then when they finish, when they're done, they call each other up.
Yeah.
3 a.m. They're talking and
I've been with
texting.
Enrique, and it's like,
yeah.
can you imagine what this bitch did? And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they just they get so into it. Yeah, it's incredible.
Now, so, and you guys can relate. Like, what is a typical day of shooting the reality show? Because you
I
guys
thought
have
you meant
cameras
the
around
3 a.m.
you.
texting. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, sorry, Alexander.
No, but you guys,
that's
you guys
it.
have
Is that it?
cameras.
Is that no? The one, the yellow one. No, that one. There's like because they have 6 seasons. Is the number one,
And it's a different cast
Yeah,
ev- ev- every
there's
season.
a new
Rare.
cast.
I didn't know there was
this
so
year.
many rich Latins.
You'd be
The one
surprised,
next to
mister.
that
You'd
one,
be
the
surprised. Do
yellow
your
one,
homework.
The golden one, that one. Yes, that's the one. That's the poster for the
So,
season.
so how many hours a day
Look at the hair.
are you filming?
Sad.
Well, these
all fake.
women, they commit.
All fake.
It's
Of
a
course.
full-time commitment.
As it
They
should be.
shoot
Yes, right?
every day. I mean, for like 3 or 4 months. But this for this season, they revamped it and they brought in all like this super cool, like really actually successful and wealthy.
Actually
women.
successful, not fake.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Actually successful and wealthy.
So what are you doing
women.
on the show then?
Say what?
Yeah, my
You
wife.
were
My
booked,
wife was mainly
Alexander, you were
concerned
booked.
for her physical.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, because
there's,
of
like,
the
knives
violence.
being
Yeah, the
pulled.
violence. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
there has to be so much violence. But I
They're
guess
violent with
it's
each
fun.
other?
Very,
Oh, yeah.
very
Isn't that
indeed.
like
Like
against
grabbing
the
a
law?
knife and like cutting.
They
people.
don't care.
They're not in the United
They don't.
States.
They don't have the same
Yeah, they
rules.
are in the United States, but it's like they're
Oh, they
not.
are.
Yeah, they
Oh my
are.
gosh,
They
where
shoot
at
here.
then? They're here. They're
Yeah,
still
they're
here.
here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Shoots here in LA.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna be
They
all
don't-
deported for the next season. They're gonna be all deported.
oh my
That's
gosh!
hilarious.
They
Gonna
need
put
a
an end to this show.
hairstylist.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. How much fun would you have?
Well, this
God.
season,
And like all of your friends is like the UN, but you don't have any Latinas in your life. You
No.
have Persian. You have.
I've got you.
I'm a fake. I'm a fake Latin.
Phony.
Yeah.
Like my shoes.
No, but for a career move, Enrique, because you've done a lot of telenovelas, you've done a lot of movies, you've done English television as well. Does it help your career? Does it hinder it in any way to do a reality show?
Well, I love reality TV. I'm obsessed with reality TV. And
you literally
and I
live
love,
that
love reality TV. So in this opportunity, some of these women I actually really care about. Luis's wife, Mimi Lasso, is somebody that I've admired my whole life. I mean, she has a huge career as an actress. When I was a kid, this woman was already a
Don't say
young
that in front of her,
protagonist of
because
I know.
telenovelas.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I mean,
Very young.
They've
She's very
really
young,
upped-
yes.
very young.
Very young.
They've really very young.
I'm prepping you for when we're going to have drinks now in a little bit.
They've really upped on the season and the casting, and this women, then Mimi, then my really, really good friend who's been a guest on the show, Patricia de Leon,
Love her.
is on it.
She's been on
On the Rocks.
Yep.
Then Scarlett Ortiz also, who is
Actually, women with careers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
something with real lives, real families, and real careers.
And-
not just this.
Well, I have to say this
Fake
about
dolls.
Latin actors and actresses. You guys work so hard. You're always doing like 5 shows right after one another. I mean, you guys really put in the time. And like telenovelas, you film and then it's on TV for like a few months and then it's on to something else. But you guys keep
well,
it
and telenovelas are a
busy.
marathon, as Luis
Yeah.
will tell you. You
Fortunately,
shoot
they're
40
dying.
scenes in one day.
Telenovelas are dying.
They are?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Well, soap
So
operas
now,
is only
now
like
reality
2.
shows are taking
Yeah.
the place of the telenovelas.
Same
It's
thing.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Pretty
It
much.
is the same thing.
Pretty
yeah.
much the same.
That's what happened.
And they turning everything into series, quote unquote. It's the same thing, but you just cut it differently.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Let's take a little peek at Rica y Famosa.
Famosa.
Rica, famosa
Latina.
Latina.
Rica famosa
There you go.
latina.
Hasta no verla tras las rejas. Lo peor no fue eso. Chico, yo voy caminando así.
Oh, there's our Enrique.
Y en una de esas me volteo así. Claro, y obviamente, de
What did she say?
tanto
No,
redneck,
you don't even
yo
remember
veo.
this scene.
Y en una de esas digo yo,
One of
espérate,
the most
Ninette.
Look at that reaction.
situation.
Pero yo sabía que
Yeah,
Ninette
you don't
podría ser
understand
gris,
what happened.
rata y hasta.
A big ordeal
Pero
about
esto
what's
de apoyar a
happening
Trump,
with
pues la verdad que se la acabó.
Patricia, who's my
Y
sister,
aplaudiendo y
and this
todo,
other
y
lady,
haciendo cual
Ninette, who's on
fiesta,
the
y celebrando
show,
yo no
I
sé
admire
qué.
very much. But
Entonces
it's a
comienza el Trump a dar un
political
discurso ahí,
argument
no sé qué,
about
una
who
persona.
follows
Ninette estaba
Trump and who
apoyando toda la
doesn't. That
cuestión
actually
y
became a
que,
huge
o sea,
ordeal on the
¿qué hacía
show.
Ninette ahí? O
And,
estaba estaba en prensa. a lo
But this
mejor.
is a setup. This is not
No, no,
true.
no, no,
Patricia
no.
did the
Ahí
whole
había
thing.
micrófono, no había cámara,
someone
no
is
había
accused
nada.
of following
Y tengo
of being a
pruebas,
Trump
por si
supporter.
acaso
And
vienen
then
las
the other
vampiros
one
estas y me dicen a mí que yo soy mentirosa
supposedly
porque yo
discovered
mentirosa
that she
can
was
hear.
supporting
no
her
soy. A ver si las
at
demás.
a party or whatever.
Thank you.
And it just gets really messy and taken out of context.
So say that again. So the situation was they're arguing about who's a Trump supporter and
Finalmente
who's
abren
not.
los ojos.
Yes, I mean, I'm at her house and she's getting her house remodeled in Bel Air, and she's telling me,
Is that
"You don't
really
understand.
her house?
This is what
Those really her
happened.
tits too.
Those are her.
God,
Yeah,
Scott.
those are
Of
real.
course
We're talking
not.
about ladies.
Those are real.
Exactly.
No, but they are real. Like, yeah, she got them actually.
Are yours real?
The top part are real. The rest is just filler.
A half plant.
Yeah.
She actually got them smaller because she used to have this huge humongous.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Well, that's more important. That's more relevant than what is actually happening.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's more interesting. I'll tell you
Exactly.
that.
More
Absolutely.
interesting.
Absolutely.
But that
Yeah.
scene was that whole argument about her discovering that somebody in the cast is apparently a Trump supporter, and then they have a huge confrontation about this. You can imagine
you
the kind of
kidding?
deal it is with
As if that was relevant.
as if that was
Let's
relevant.
isolate the person now.
Yeah.
They're evil. It's like really.
But when the audience is all Latina and mainly
Mm-hmm.
Central American and Mexican,
Right.
the response to it is pretty heated. And
So is it
gets-
predominantly more Mexican Americans on the show? Is it a different type of
well, the audience
descent?
for it is it's very
No Puerto Ricanos like me.
Not really, because for this the West Coast cohost market is more to like catering to
the Mexican Americans,
to the Central Americans, to Mexico. Well, even though it's North America, but like it goes down to like El Salvador and Nicaragua, all these countries that are the ones that are like
cool.
No, but they see it everywhere.
But you see it everywhere. The show airs all through Latin America.
Everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah, I get texts from everyone.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What is this going on? What is this happening? Are you gay?
What are you saying?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was one of
You're
the.
like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
It's like it depends how much.
Nah, you suck one dick and then you're gay.
Oh my God, Louise! Oh my
I don't
sweet
understand.
Jesus!
I don't understand labels.
Chris is just excited to have somebody else straight in the room.
You guys, you jump to conclusions, you jump to labels.
Oh, honey, I've seen some of your stage pics. Woof.
Be fluid.
But Latin American men always have this.
We're like Italians.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Thank you.
amorous. You know, if it looks good, then
That's my motto.
take a bite.
Be happy. Life is short. Get a fucking real life and stop watching reality
shows.
I'm so addicted. I'm so sad that OC Housewives.
Can you curse in your
ended.
show? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You said okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you're upset that it ended?
Yeah, I was really enjoying this season of OC Housewives, and I haven't the last few.
You're like
seasons.
one of the few.
But Atlanta Housewives are back. Miss Nene Leakes is back. Her one-liners are just gold. And then Kim Zolciak is back too.
Yeah.
Is that the wig girl?
Yeah. Come on, wig. Come on, wig. But this year, a number of the Oscar contenders are rumored to be a large portion Latin American filmmakers.
Well, let's hope because they had that promise
I
last
think
year.
that Latin American films are really gaining momentum, and there's so many filmmakers with something so relevant to say, with such fresh voices and approaches to different subjects that I think it's very, very exciting.
We need more fresh, different perspectives.
Well, I totally understand the formulas, and I totally understand the movies people are want to see and they expect to see. But when you every so often a Mexican, an Argentinian, a Venezuelan come along with something so unique and so wild and so interesting, and at the same time, it talks about us, the Hispanics, that we're so large and so different from one another. That is very interesting, and it's very enlightening for all these people who don't even speak Spanish.
Well, and also
including you, who look Latin, more Latin than me, and can't even say hello.
I know, there's no
Even with politically, I think it's important to have those people nominated to show that there is
opening
other
up,
points of views.
opening up for especially for American audiences to even be able to watch these films in ArcLight and in the different theaters. Just
and
even limited releases.
And stories that are not limited to the drug dealers, the prostitutes.
Oh yeah, of course.
They just expand beyond that.
Yeah.
These are fantastic stories.
We have a lot of money, and we have a lot of complicated issues that are interesting beyond being drug dealers.
Correct.
And whatever.
And cheaters.
Being super gay. Yeah.
I don't know.
You would know.
All right, let's get this party started. A big shout out to our sponsors, Tesloop. Tesloop is the only way to travel from LA to Palm Springs, to OC, to San Diego. They have 4 routes leaving per day. You get to travel in a Tesla, and it's so affordable and it's so luxurious. Panache Optical Gallery. I had some fun with Panache Optical Gallery this last visit. I got to sit down with the owner, and we went out.
Sit on the owner, you mean?
Excuse me, I'm classy. Got a new pair of sunglasses. No. But seriously, Christmas is around the corner.
See, psychic, that's right.
But Christmas is around the corner. They have amazing custom, vintage, cutting edge eyeglasses, sunglasses. So check them out. Panache Optical Gallery. We love them. And also our tried and true sponsor from day one, Spunk Lube. A little dab will do you. Go to spunklube.com. Get yourself. So what we're doing is he's donating. The owner of Spunk Lube is donating a gallon of lube that we're going to give away.
It looks so real.
Yeah, I know. It's featured in many, many movie sets. Just no sets you've been to, Luis.
So Test Loop and Spunk Loop.
And I don't have that talent, unfortunately.
I love our sponsors, though. We have like Classy Tesla, Tesloop, and then Spunk Loop.
Yes.
Tesla should do a loop, Test Loop.
Yeah.
They should integrate.
Yeah.
Test Loop.
A little dab will do you. All right, let's get the show on the road. I want to introduce our guest. Craig Ramsay is an internationally recognized fitness expert, exercise programmer, and author known for his unique, effective, and entertaining fitness methods, as well as his social media prowess. In fact, first time I saw you, you were being featured on the Graham Norton show when he was showing that video, and it was so funny.
What video?
Craig did like this like workout where you were doing the most ridiculous thing.
It was a series that it shows that you can work out anywhere for 5 minutes here and there. So I did like a workout in church, which included like pew slides and Bible thumping.
Oh, we're talking about fitness work. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I did a lot of workouts in church. This wasn't fitness. Though.
Oh my God!
Take the knee.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? And plead the fifth.
Craig, from Broadway to Braun, has been seen on Broadway in Cats, Fit on the Roof, Mamma Mia, as well as Rocky Horror here in Los Angeles. He has been featured on literally every major entertainment outlet, from the local news to national network entertainment spots. He's the creator of Stretch, A Reason to Whine, coming to a city near you, that mixes stretching techniques and my favorite thing, which is drinking. So welcome to the show.
I need to do that on the show.
Yes.
With the Latins. That would be fun.
Yeah. Welcome to the
some
show,
wine,
Craig
some
Ramsay.
stretches. Yeah. Thank you.
Brandon Liberati was born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, and began his career in beauty at the age of 18. What year was that?
Yeah. Last year.
It's a year.
18 years ago.
It's only been a
Liberati
year.
loved beauty.
It's a year.
And he began to focus his career on hairstyling, apprenticing under a Sassoon-trained artist, and he quickly became a master stylist himself. His passion was realized when his dreams came true. His first week here in Los Angeles, he was cast as a beauty expert on RuPaul's Drag University, and styling for celebrities like Jackie Warner, Gina Ko from Real Housewives of OC, and Giada, everybody's favorite chef.
That's a really old bio. I need to give you a new.
It also it gets shortened.
Right?
Yeah.
The first time I was on, the bio was long. Now it's like, hey, he does this.
He began styling award shows, red carpets, editorial shoots, and stars on major shows like Next Food Network star Shahs of Sunset, The Housewives, Kendra on Top. That is a little old, Nickelodeon, Vanderpump Rules, and the list goes on and on and on. He is also styled for some of Broadway's elite.
For me. Yes, he styles me.
We get it.
You know, he just finished a Lifetime show. American Beauty Star just finished airing last
Adriana
Thursday.
Lima.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And you can see it.
Witches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you blinked and it's gone.
Yeah.
It was really quick, and it was, to be quite honest, a shit show in my opinion. Not
And
because
it's
you.
solid Project
Did the
Runway,
check
right?
clear?
I love having a husband
Yeah.
that can
I
say
know
whatever
that,
he
right?
wants about
What
shit.
effing check?
Yeah.
There was no effing check. It was
It's
use
for
and
the
abuse.
exposure, right?
Oh, exactly.
If I hear that one more
I met
time.
amazing people, though. I did meet
Yeah.
amazing people.
When you get to a new audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hard as a spouse to watch. I don't know if you go through this with your wife, but to watch use and abuse happen when you know that they're just being polite and taking it. Like I tried to step up so many times, and I'm like, oh hell no!
You don't say anything when I take it.
Oh, well, that's.
Is this when you use
Real quiet.
Speaking of spunk lube,
I was just saying, is this when you use spunk lube or?
I totally get what
I'm
you're
trying
saying.
to plug your sponsor.
Yes. Well, you plug the sponsor and then.
I'd be vocal if I was taking it.
No, but
Very vocal,
I
Craig.
get so many. Whenever you guys are on the show, I get the same emails, and they all want to know: do you have an open relationship? I mean, it's the same stupid gay questions that blah blah blah. But it's like, come on, people. There's more.
Look, I
important-
love Craig's face on that one.
Yeah.
Well,
He's like.
Craig's like,
well, there's so much that the show didn't cover either, and I think that we were walking a fine line too with showcasing our first year of married life, where we had a responsibility to show who we are and what we're all about, and we had to fit into a box that Bravo needed for the show.
Right.
Sure.
So
You were
there's
the
a
gay
lot,
guys.
but there's a lot that two men in a relationship have that is totally different than traditional marriage in a good way and challenging
Well,
way.
and we're
Why?
also. I think that the gay community falls into a stereotype too. We're not bookends. We're not codependent. We don't need to be around each other.
Yeah.
10 hours a day. We don't need to be hanging on each other 10 hours a day to show everybody else who we're with. We're not insecure about that. So
but
it's like I think
men obviously think sexually
but
too.
that throws people off. I think sometimes they're like,
'cause you
well, they're not
travel
like
so
hanging
much,
all
and
over each
sometimes-
other. They're
yeah.
not doing this.
Right,
And it's
but
like,
as I
no,
told
no,
you before, everything. I mean, everyone jumps into labels and preconceptions and cliches. And I've been married for a long time, and you have your dynamics, and they're very private. But also, it's like being yourself and being the better version of yourself you can be, and that is because you're with him. And that when that happens, the rest just falls into place, and it's very specific for you.
Yeah. It's just fuck around when you want to. That's what he's really trying to say.
Oh my God, Scott.
Marriage.
Yeah, well, that too.
I'm just
that
kidding.
Too, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just kidding.
And we have, it's also different with us because we're not a typical gay couple. We also have two totally separate brands.
Yeah.
So it's like when we're out in public, we're doing more than just socializing. We're also doing business in some form or another. So.
And we've really had to come together with even doing the show as well, because we are so different. So we've had a lot of challenges with people question us. Like they say, a lot of times when we go out in public, there's people that say to Brandon, because I'm a fitness expert, they say you're so lucky to be with him. And
talking
to me,
not
demean
him.
in the sense that because I'm a fitness guy and he doesn't work out as much, he's vegan most of the time, and I'm like a carnivore.
That.
Yeah.
How much time have we spent together? I didn't know that. You're like the only vegan who hasn't told everybody in the world that you're a vegan.
Well, because mine, I don't.
Are you
I
like
live
a
with the biggest meat eater on the planet.
Everything's meat for me.
But
he
for
won't
me,
do carbs, but he'll eat a whole cow.
Oh, a whole cow.
But for me, I'm doing it because it's the one small thing I can do for the planet. So mine's a little bit more. I'm just being a conscious eater for people that aren't.
just eat all our trees. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And to answer people's questions, because I know they do ask you, we have had our f ups. We really have in our marriage, in our relationship, but we've worked together, and I think that we've had a lot of patience with each other because we realize that as gay people, we've been slightly damaged with not having our relationships and who we are respected over time. So we've had to go into this navigating what does marriage between two men look like, because it is different. But most of our traditionally married opposite sex friends can highly benefit, and they say they do, from hearing our take on that, because it's not black and white.
We're
None of
making
it. Absolutely
a lot
not.
of
It's
things
about
as we go
commitment.
around.
It's about adult commitment.
And communication.
And that's that.
Like,
and
we
that's
have great
respect
communication.
And
admiration.
growing with each other too.
agreement.
In
There you
my
go.
experience, when I did my Life's a Telenovela, my husband, because I've been married for 4 years. We've been together for 7, but married for 4. The only thing that he asked me was like, go have fun, be crazy.
Don't
you
drag
have
me
to
into
throw
it.
tables, do whatever the hell you have to do, whatever, da da da. But don't ever open the door of the possibility where people think that we're having any kind of problems.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, they wanted me on the show at a certain point to, like, the distance, because I worked a lot in Miami, to be an issue. And my husband was like, babe, I'm down for anything. Like, whatever you want to do, like if I fly over there, but that's not real. And I don't want people outside to think that we have problems because of our distance, when you know that you and I are super cool about that. When you have to go for work, you go for work, and I'm fine. And I wait for you over here.
Yeah.
So that was the only note he gave
It's
me.
like being with an actor. I mean, they're on stage, they're kissing people, they're doing things. They're
Yep.
and
there's
in
on
it.
time where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
he's being his personality, but it's
Yeah.
like there has to be off time too.
So
But the producer's take was interesting too, because we had a pretty shitty producer on our show, to be quite honest and frank.
Not pretty.
And, we've
She
had
wasn't
some
pretty.
great.
Really?
We've worked with great production companies, great producers. This one
Ugly
wanted
and
to label
bitchy.
us, and she's a lesbian, and shame on her, because as two men, all she was fixated on is you must have sex issues. You must have sex issues, and she kept drilling that in us.
she was
and we're
trying
like,
to make me.
Do you want us
have
to
a problem
show
with
you how
Lance
we don't?
Bass.
Yeah.
And I was like, of all people really on the planet, no. Like, me and him are so cool.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
I
I'm
love
not-
Lance. I got to
yeah.
interview him at Halloween. Oh,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
Who?
Lance Bass.
I'm sorry. Check that for a minute. Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But you know what I mean? So
I'm saying we're talking about the
but
sex
it's a
issue.
show
I got
also.
lost
It's
on
a
the
show,
sex
and they
issue.
have
Yeah, so it was the thing where I was like, no, that's just, it's cliche, and we're not cliche. We're like,
But that shows. Like, I mean, maybe because for me it's easy to read, but it kind of just shows that you guys have that kind of mutual understanding. Like, I don't read you guys and get drama or conflict at all. Like, you guys just seem very kind
But
of
there has to be
very
that. I mean,
cohesive.
in any relationship, friendship,
Agreement, too.
partners, whatever. There, it's going to be some drama and
Oh
some
yeah, I
friction.
flipped,
But, I mean,
I
I'm-
flipped a coffee table or 2 or 3 or
and that's
4.
fun.
I'm talking about the essence of their relationship, though. You can tell they're on the same page, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
of course, it's gonna be drama.
It's so supportive because, like you said, you guys both have your own stuff going on in big ways.
If we were straight, though, we would have broke up. From what we've gone
That's
through,
really interesting.
That is
interesting.
that's a
Why?
show in
Why
itself.
we were there.
We'll
Because-
get there another time.
But I think that straight marriages there's so many confines where it's like you're taught to.
Yeah, but
have
here's the
no-
thing: if you want to have a real, long-lasting, meaningful relationship, you have to just get out of the fucking box and just forget about everything everybody is
person.
saying, because
Exactly.
you're creating that relationship
Exactly.
that will suit
Fluid,
you.
like what you said.
That will
Exactly.
suit
Fluid.
you. And
Exactly.
so if you follow the directions and the formulas of you guys or me and my wife,
Yeah.
you're going to be fucked up. So just create your own. And
Exactly.
to do that, the most important thing is knowing what the fuck do you really want.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
you
And
just
who
made it-
are you?
Yes, I mean, Luis just made it through a really crazy season of his wife being a housewife.
Yeah,
and
but
you guys are perfectly fine. and it never
absolutely
was
cool
like-
with that.
Yeah.
First,
Congrats.
we understand it's part reality and part is also a show, but also it's a complicit. I don't know how you say that in English. You're complicit with each other. You respect each other, and you're there for each other, and you back each other up all the way through, and you go through shit. Of course, we all do. We're grown-ups, and you deal with grown-up issues. That's the thing. So when people say, "Oh, I want to have a love affair that would last forever," passion and romance lasts 18 months. In the gay world, probably 18 days.
Two counts
So
of
you
8.
18 minutes.
or 18 minutes,
generous.
or just 18 texts. But right, and then you came in at that,
Yeah.
and then you jump to the next dick. But the
my
thing
God,
is,
Luis!
Love it.
I'm just saying.
Sorry, Panache.
that-
Sorry, Tesla.
I'm not
being
arguing
in
that
a
one.
relationship is grown-up stuff. You have to
Yeah.
deal with your issues. And Madonna said once that your soulmate is not there to pave a road of
And coddle
roses.
you. Yeah.
Is there to show what you have to work
yeah.
on.
That's what I
and
love.
it's hard
So,
work. It's the daily
Mother
work.
Madonna, right? Not Madonna the singer. Mother Madonna said this, right?
Mother-
We're not quoting Madonna, are we?
Yeah, I'm in a gay show. I'm quoting
Okay.
Madonna.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, Queen.
And I'm not
do that every now and
religious.
then.
Thank you very much.
Look, for me, that storyline, the true storyline, would be more appealing to me because as far as
You
the whole
shouldn't even
cliche,
watch reality TV.
shh.
But
That would be more
My
appealing.
name's on the goddamn
I
banner.
would,
Sorry.
and I would. I'm saying watch reality TV. Had that have been presented, their type of mutual.
It still
you know-
could be.
This is how
Still
we
good.
gained a lot of respect from other reality stars. Khloe Kardashian herself was telling us, she's like, you guys have done one of the impossible things, and that is actually let TVs in on
Peek
your
in,
marriage.
peek in
because,
on it, yeah.
it's a very hard thing. It is like
Yeah.
therapy on a freeway.
And we
because
did it-
it brings everything out, and you're forced to face things you normally would take you 10 years to finally get to.
Right.
And truth be
crash
told,
course.
I give
Yeah.
him a lot of credit because I had that experience. I've done Broadway, as you said, soap operas and reality shows. I already had a successful reality show on Bravo prior to him. He didn't have any of it. So that day one, I could just see terror in his eyes
Yeah.
just by being distracted by this and that and
because I'm
all
not
the
an
technical
actor.
elements. But that I have to say, it was so nice and refreshing to do it together because a lot of couples that are in the entertainment industry and another isn't. I'm just really proud of him for coming that far to quickly learn and put that behind us. So now moving forward, we're both so comfortable. I think now is the opportunity to actually share who we are organically,
It'd be a way better
authentically.
What a
It'll be
nice thing
better.
to
I
say.
agree.
Yeah.
I want to take a
That
look
is nice.
because not only did you guys enjoy on Bravo TV, it was the show was called Newlyweds, but it also went to foreign markets. So I actually have the trailer that they've done.
my
Let's
God.
So we do
let's
speak other
play.
languages.
Yes.
Yes, I do speak it. Yeah, many others.
wanna
Let's take
see
a
the
look
movie.
as to what Newlyweds was.
Oh, there's Rob and Tara.
Dit is de mooiste dag van hun leven. Maar wat als deze dag voorbij is?
What did you spend today?
It really makes me angry.
What else did he lie about?
Honestly, in some ways, you're just another pretty face. Erica! It's about disputing and then coming back together.
Why are we fighting all the time?
We're not divorced. Yet.
Newlyweds. Vanaf dinsdag 21 juni bij TLC.
And you guys
I
like
did
had
have
this
fun.
yeah, but you guys had this resurgence of fans in different markets. Are you laughing that I love whiskey with Mountain Dew. I love it. It's delicious.
Well, everyone at home's going to try that right now.
It's so good, you guys.
Don't, guys. Please
Yeah,
don't try.
no.
Really?
It's so good.
Respect your whiskey.
Yeah. So yes, okay.
I love the ones though that were dubbed in other languages. Because I
Italian.
love to
Yeah.
listen to what they picked for us.
Right,
I'm
because
The
they-
voice, right?
oh,
That's right.
yeah. I'm like,
And our family members.
My mom,
who's on the show.
Yeah,
your mom.
But
Oh,
the
yeah.
women,
Your mom.
the voices that they picked for her sound like a woman who smoked like 50 packs.
Like
a
Brenda
day.
I love my son.
Yeah.
Your mom is so much fun. We had so much fun in Palm Springs. She reminds me of my mom. That's like, there's no limit. There
Except
should
she
be a
wasn't
limit.
mic'd in the corner, and
my
she's
God.
kept screaming the whole
That was
damn
so
Hey
show.
guys, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Dude, but
Loved
you want to hear something
Love
shady
it.
along those lines? So my show, My Life's a Telenovela, got sold to Latin America, so it's gonna play in Spanish, and they didn't hire us to do the Spanish voices.
That's
For
so
ourselves.
ridiculous.
That's funny. That's
They
awesome.
got some like randoms,
Like
to do
Rosie
our
Perez is doing all the
voices.
voices.
And they sound more white than you.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Isn't that crazy?
A
I
white
could
person
totally
do
see
your-
Rosie Perez doing your voice. This is what I think of your brunch. All right, I want to formally introduce Luis Fernandez, the hottie from the South, is a Venezuelan actor, writer, producer, and director. He started his career on stage at the age of 16 to film, television, radio, and publishing. He's won several acting awards and has published several books, comprising the series Sexo Sentido. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Which is the sex sense that have been bestsellers in Venezuela. And it was a radio show, right?
It was a radio show for 3 years.
Yeah, you have such a radio voice. I want you to do the audiobook of my biography.
Okay, I will.
Yes. It started in Orange County.
Alexander walked down the street and said, "Oh my God!"
Enjoy Scott Cruz's appearance because it may be his last.
Bye guys.
Yeah.
Good knowing ya.
Luis developed his directorial skills on stage, and his directorial debut in filmmaking was the short film Blue Sky, produced at the New York Film Academy, which was selected to the official competition in several international film festivals. He has performed over the years with his own stand-up show, It's Not You, It's Me, No Eres Tu, Soy Yo.
Exactly
So
that,
yo.
but less gay.
Not bad.
Okay.
Yo.
Over 600 performances, by the way. And as a director on stage, he's created the most successful shows of the last decade in Venezuelan theater, including the Broadway in Espanol versions of Chicago, Spring Awakening.
Oh, wow.
And
Cabaret.
and as the MC in Cabaret, which Luis, I was able to find some footage.
Oh,
We're
you
gonna
did?
watch. Yes.
Wow.
His recent starring role in the film, I guess you say Tamara, not
Tamara.
Tamara.
Yeah.
Blew away audiences and reviewers alike, appearing and winning awards at competitions all around the globe. For us American audiences, you can catch Luis this Wednesday on the
Tomorrow.
CW's Dynasty when his character, such a great name, Alejandro.
Yeah, like
That's
my
my
son.
name in Spanish. Your son's name is Alejandro?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is why it works.
Yeah, exactly.
So make sure you tune in, and you guys, the reboot of Dynasty it's everything that you wanted and more. It's so awesome. Luis is also an architect, graduated from Universidad Simón Bolívar.
There you
Yes,
go.
I'm
Oh,
doing
God.
Yeah,
in
close enough.
Caracas. You guys, I'm really come on.
Caracas.
You know,
you're
it's
sweating.
nothing I'm
Not
drinking
bad.
that much.
Sweating,
I
you're
agree.
ours.
Not bad.
And the Graduate School of Design at Harvard. Sorry, boys, he's married. Wah wah.
That was cute. Wow.
Chris pays so much attention to the straight people on the show. Like he
Right.
throws all the bells and whistles.
Right,
And for
thank
the
you.
gay ones,
And
Thank
he's
you,
got
Chris,
that on
appreciate
deck.
it.
Yes, yes.
He's got that on deck. Just
So welcome to
ready.
the show, Luis
Thank
Fernandez. Luis, there's so much to talk about because you're acting, like I talked about you guys being such hard workers, but your roles have literally been all over the place. I want to watch the trailer for Tamara.
Tamara. It's actually playing next Saturday the 16th in Palm Springs.
Are you serious?
In the film festival. It has a screening, a special screening. I don't know exactly where, but it's playing.
It's probably at the Camelot Theaters in
Probably,
Palm Springs. That's where they do.
probably,
This movie
yeah.
I did the
is
LGBT team for this too.
incredible.
Well, I want to watch the trailer, and I want you to talk about it because seeing the trailer and of course all of the critical success you've had from it, it just blew my mind. Let's take a look at the trailer for Tamara.
Yo lo que veo es a un señor vestido de traje y corbata, que es padre de familia, que se comporta y se viste como un hombre. bien. Vive tu vida.
¿Me llevas?
Sube.
El profesor Almanza ha logrado dividir a sus alumnos y ponerlos a pelear, regodeándose egocéntricamente en eso de mostrarse como es.
¿Me va a ayudar con esto, sí o no?
La pierna. Hola, profe. Hombre, qué bella.
Escúchame, Tommy.
I mean, literally, how much
I
can you
want some
pack
popcorn.
into that trailer? Yeah, like I want to see this movie, and it was based on real events.
It's inspired by the true story of the first transgender woman to be elected to Congress in Latin America, Tamara. She's
Wow.
an amazing, amazing, remarkable woman. And of course, it's a fiction inspired by her, but also by other transgender women's stories that are so incredible and that need they need the space in the screen and they need the conversation. And for me, it was humbling. I mean, to play this character. The director told me when I said yes, I was very concerned about the transformation and to pull it off. And she said, "You're gonna pull it off. Not if you dress up as a woman, because you're going to make an attractive woman. That's going to be fine. But the people are going to see a man dressed up as a woman. Now, when you're in your male physique with your beard and I see you as a man, I want to see the woman behind those eyes, the woman crying and struggling to exist. If we get that, then the external transformation is successful. Yeah, so it's very hard.
Now, as an actor, especially a Latin American actor, there's a lot of machismo, and so
yeah.
So did you have any second thoughts
I don't
about
give
taking?
a flying fuck. So
There goes our other sponsor.
I've been acting since I'm 16, and I always crave for new, interesting parts to play. And I think I was the first actor in Venezuela who did a play produced by my wife. About a gay couple, and we made up and we had sex scenes on stage.
Oh, I know.
And it was like a big thing, and I was it's an interesting character. It's an interesting couple story. It's something that needs to be told. Why is so relevant? I mean, I've kissed so many beautiful women, and I've kissed so many women that I didn't like. You don't, as an actor, you don't have to like the person you're kissing. You're working.
Yeah, you're working.
So it's just stupid. It's just, I mean, an actor who just don't do that is an asshole. So you have to really immerse yourself in really the relevant, compelling roles.
Thank you for saying that. As an actor, I was just going to say that as we always judge straight guys that are playing gay roles, but
Just gonna say that.
sorry.
No.
It's your show. It's called On the Rocks with Alexander.
Apparently, it's with Scott Cruz.
Yeah,
but that's another.
Hi,
Craig
guys.
Ramsay.
But as an actor, I hear that all the time, and it's people like you that then deserve and should tell our stories. And thank you for doing it in such a proper way.
Well, a beautiful way with respect. But
Right.
Along those lines, there's a lot of gay people say, a gay person should always play a gay person, or a trans should always play trans. But here's my thing: an actor like you, with your following and with your past, you playing a role like that, this movie's going to get seen by a lot more people than if it was.
But also going to the practical facts. I mean, if there would have been a transgender actress who would have been better for the part, I'm all for that, because she's entitled to play it. But the movie is about this male physique, the male body, and the woman trapped inside this body. So the body has to be the one of,
of course.
of a man, a cisgender actor, or I mean, I have to have a penis because everything is about that in this movie and the conflicts that creates. So 70% of the movie, I'm dealing with my male physique, so I had to. It has to be played by a man.
We had this conversation after I watched the film, because I love the film. It's a fantastic film.
I can't wait to see it. It looks.
I said to him, because I've been in LA long enough to know that a lot of transgender actors would feel like, why would a man go play this character? But you have to go on the journey, because it's really about the transformation of this person,
right?
And how he started as a man and got married and made all the Latin patterns as they should be, and what happened. Tried everything else until he came to terms with who he was and she was and found her identity and became who she was meant to be.
I think a lot of people might find that really cool that a straight man played that role. You know what I mean? Kind of honorable.
I don't think about my personal sexuality when I play characters.
Of course. But from a viewer's perspective, I think, not like we said before, not having a transgender person play that role. I think
it's like Javier Bardem playing Arenas in the Cuban in the film about this Cuban writer. He's Spanish, but he just plays him brilliantly, and Cuban actors would say, Cuban should have played that part. Come on.
I think if you're a transgender person
it's
and you have a
beyond
problem with that, you're not looking at the big picture.
I think
any attention that's being brought in any way and helping anybody understand what it is, then you're in for then that means
I think we'd have to ask and respect them too.
Oh yeah, but let me tell you my experience with them.
It's a fine.
They've embraced me. I mean, the whole transgender community in Venezuela. A lot of them are my friends now. They taught me, as they teach us on a daily basis, not only lessons in resilience, courage, and integrity. But, and this is what is most important for me, they just opened my mind way beyond this very limiting binary understanding of gender. And coming out of that movie, I just understood that it's not just male and female. It's not black and white. It's everything. It's everything. So stop the labeling and just open yourself up. And I'm teaching my 15-year-old son. I live right across the LGBT center here in Hollywood, and I see men, I see women going in, but I also see individuals who are not easily, you probably won't be able to tell their genders, and that is not relevant. They're somewhere in between.
Well,
and that's fine.
Like,
a 15-year-old has no problem with that.
Like,
no problem
why would
with
it
that.
affect me? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like...
I think as long as it's being portrayed correctly, and I think that as a transgendered person, I think that would be your main concern, is that you were
representation
to make justice to them, to the character and the community.
But if he did, I would think they would find it honorable that he actually went through that kind of journey of kind of understanding that.
Did the work.
But it has to, like, to your point, the approach that which you took the role. When Jared Leto played a trans woman in Dallas...
Buyers Club.
Yeah. I didn't like his performance at all. He was doing it for show. It was such...
What about Trans America? See, I think
Felicity Huffman.
She was
such a fantastic movie.
She was so good there.
But see, I think that it's
she's
when
the
you're
best
embracing,
actor, period, for that part.
Yeah.
Well, when you start saying, well, is Felicity Huffman should have been a trans actress, then you start labeling and you start discriminating.
Yeah,
they're doing the same thing that they're doing to them. So just broaden the.
I also think that one of the secret seals of improvement on the story is that the actual Tamara makes a cameo in the film.
Yeah. Oh, she does?
Yeah, she does.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah. Can I ask you a really quick question of him playing that role? Like, you're very politically correct. Like, you just corrected about she and all that. When you first started this, did you find yourself in situations that you felt like ignorant and you said things that were mistakes?
Yeah. Well, I did my homework and you make a lot of mistakes because
we should be able to make those mistakes because you learn from them.
And I mean, I was raised Catholic, so I'm basically irreparably damaged.
Oh, I was raised Roman Catholic too.
So we're fucked. We're beyond repair.
Mormon.
So
I'm a Roman Catholic Pentecostal Christian convert.
Right.
That's
worse.
Mormon.
Yeah, but absolutely. Yeah,
Mormons are so good in bed, by the way. I don't know what you people do, but I mean, like, they
give me more, man.
Blow the horn.
Give me more, man.
Yeah, but it happened to me, and the whole thing. I mean, I remember I had an argument with Tamara, the real one, and she wanted the movie not to be about the surgical creation of her vagina, but about her being a woman, regardless of the body she was in. But at the same time, I was working with this wonderful actress, a transgender girl who's in the film, and she has a penis. and she's a whole woman. I mean, you can see her, and it's a woman, and the whole scene is about me holding her penis in my hand, and just hiding her penis in my hand made her instantly a phenomenally beautiful woman. But then having a penis, it was like, and she had the same issue when she looked at herself in the mirror. She had it.
Let's reenact it.
No, I don't think my hand is big enough.
Sorry to destroy your moment there. Yeah.
Well, we got more hands if we need it.
That would be for
You
mine.
need it. Yeah, so it's very interesting. But listen, the more mistakes we make, the more mistakes we publicly make, and then we learn more as, us speaking here in public, the more this conversation is in the dinner table every night. And this has to be the conversation. This one of the conversations we have to be having.
Last week on the show, we had Amazon Eve, Erica Irving, who was an American Horror Story freak show. And I did the event with her in Palm Springs this weekend. She and I spent 3 hours at a hotel lobby bar, and she just let me ask all of the questions about trans. I mean, I'm talking stupid questions that we all have, by the way.
Right.
And she just, and it was that. It's like, make the mistakes so that we can learn.
Ask.
Yeah.
Ask.
Okay,
and you
Luis.
shall receive.
Luis.
What?
So many emails for Dynasty. Number one, when I was saying Dynasty and prepping for the show, I was like, Dynasty, girl, Dynasty.
That's good.
Were you a fan of the original show?
Well, I was a little kid, but I remember my family back in Caracas getting together. I think it was Tuesdays at 8 p.m. And I come from a very, very dysfunctional Catholic conservative family, as one.
Do tell.
Exactly. So we got together and saw the show, and after the show, we felt good. Because our family wasn't so fucked up as we thought it was.
Yeah,
so
Dynasty was just
it was
so
therapeutic.
so good,
therapeutic. Yeah. But I never imagined I was gonna be part of this thing. It's very different, of course, and it's reloaded, revamped, whatever. It's really fantastically done, very witty. Very trashy, very campy, fantastic. Love it. And the best part, I'm not allowed to say too much about it because there's a lot of spoilers, but the best part is that my pal Rafael de la Fuente, who plays Sammy Joe in this version, is a gay man, a gay Venezuelan man, by the way.
Enrique didn't get the part.
But the Crystal and all her family is from Venezuelan background, which is interesting because Venezuela is so fucked up right now that it's like the perfect background for Crystal Carrington to have in Dynasty. And well, what can I tell you? The first scene I ever shot was saying, Blake Carrington, such a pleasure to meet you. And I couldn't believe I was saying
those words in your mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How
So
surreal is
amazing.
that?
Wow.
And Grant Shaw, who's a fantastic guy, just made it very easy for me. But yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Wow.
And my character starts appearing tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
in the episode
I cannot
tomorrow.
wait. Alejandro!
And it gets better, okay? It gets better. Tomorrow I just appear, but then it gets way better.
The first time with the accent.
Well,
it gets better.
Gets better. Gets better. Se pone mucho mejor.
All
Se
right.
pone increíble.
So, Bravo Boys. Brandon, I received questions for you. When you styled Rose McGowan, and she's kind of responsible for this whole harassment.
She's the face.
Yeah.
She's the face of this woman's movement.
Did you know that it was going to be so big? Because you styled her when she first... Yeah, right.
But 2 weeks. Actually, we did. The last time I worked with her was 2 weeks before the story with Harvey broke.
Wow.
So we did the cover of Posture magazine, which everybody should check out. It's a...
And we have a picture of behind the scenes.
Yes.
Did you know what was happening? Like, did you feel an energy in the room when you were styling her?
I love her.
Yeah,
I love her. And when we were the celebrity grand marshals at Palm Springs Pride Parade.
Oh, really?
And I...
You guys, we had so much fun at Palm Springs Pride.
I loved it.
great.
And you were
People
amazing.
are still talking about
Oh my
it.
God, you were amazing.
For our listeners, Palm Springs Pride, I brought the Bravo Boys up on stage, and we had such a great
good
And
time.
Mercedes, MJ from Shaw's, and Lawrence
love her.
Arian,
Yeah.
fashion guy.
Yep.
You were great. How long did you do it each day? Like
8 hours.
8 hours of
Every day.
Wow.
And then I
hosting.
was done at 8, and then I left to go get drinks. And they texted me, and they're like, "Our last act didn't show up, so I had to come back and entertain."
You were
amazing.
fabulous.
We were all fabulous. It was so
like a
much fun.
marathon.
Thank you, Palm Springs
Yeah.
Pride. Yeah.
I was just going to say with that, remaining in the theme of prides are a celebration, but they're also a political stance. So I chose to wear my Rose Army, Rose McGowan T-shirt to celebrate the women and the fight for equality for everybody and safety. And Craig and I, in the meantime, had a friend that's been affected by this entire situation.
A girlfriend of mine who I grew up with, she had connected with me, and she said, I was in this very compromise, without saying too much because I can't.
Well, it's still in it's in the news.
But she has come forward. Let's just say that. Yeah. Through Brandon working with her, and it's that close and that personal, and that many women and people affected by this.
So I knew that, she did a year ago, she did the cover of a magazine, and she talked about bringing down the patriarch of Hollywood. And so she
got a lot of flack for that, by the way.
By other women too.
Yeah.
In the business.
Well, and there's that was another
famous
thing. There's a lot of famous A-listers.
Yeah, but it's a tipping point of our culture. So it's going to get resistance from everyone. But it's very exciting, as painful as it is. I think it's so necessary.
It is an exciting time, especially
it's an exciting time.
Dealing with this current administration. There's all this awfulness going on, but then, I mean, not that this is a positive thing, but
it is a positive thing. It's painful, but every
trauma
brings change, and that change can be evolution.
Exactly.
The evolution of the collective consciousness.
It's being revealed. It's kind of being broken up and shaken up right now.
I'm just scared when all my activities are brought to light.
I'm so.
Oh, that one.
But what is also disturbing, I think, is that we've all been somehow a part of this culture of, just listening to the rumors and not really paying that close attention and not doing enough. So for me, I've been working for forever in the television industry, and I know that this was happening to my coworkers.
We all know.
And I just hoped naively that they would navigate these waters to safety, but I didn't do anything. So it makes me feel really bad that if I could go back and really, speak out and say something about this, I would have. And I feel, but it's good that we men are feeling this sort of.
We have to think twice now.
No, it's not only that, but also we have to support them and give. Support the women's voices, and every woman deserves to have a voice and say.
It's changed forever now. They have the foot in the door.
I hope so.
And now it's changed.
I hope so.
It will never be the same.
I'm not that optimistic, but I really hope so.
But people keep on the wave of courage that is woken. It's
right,
beyond.
But whenever you get a step forward, for instance, for transgender rights, and then this administration just goes 3 steps back, you think that this is a positive thing, and then I hope that it's actually going to be a landmark in our culture.
I think that what this has shown women is that together, like Rose McGowan posted something that said, as a twig you're breakable, but as a bundle you're not.
Right.
And it's showing women that when you come together as a force,
not
they're
just
stronger.
Women, men too.
But women in particularly, when women have a voice in solidarity for other women, and they come with their stories. All of the women with these stories, that's what's a force behind it. The men joining it, of course, that we have a responsibility to help them, but it
we're
is
playing a
actually
supportive
the
role,
women.
Exactly.
It is the women coming together and supporting each other in the movement and telling their stories and not allowing it to happen, and not shaming other women, and not shaming the women that have consensually done this because their jobs and their careers have been on the line. And that they are just as much of a victim
so many
as
layers.
the women that were raped.
But to your point, so I was a guest on the Level radio show with actor J. Lewis Mills, and we talked. The whole show was about the scandal, but it's also like drugs in Hollywood. We go to a party, we know there's going to be drugs there, we know what room it's being done in, we know who's doing it, but we don't say anything because some people do it, some people don't. And I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, but that's a choice. I mean, nobody's forcing you to get stoned.
Right, but to that, it's part of Hollywood culture that we know it's happening, and it's like, it's not our business.
It comes
so
with the territory, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was a kid and I was going into show business, my family said, "Oh, you're going into show business," because it's sort of, the consciousness is like, well, you're going into that hellhole, and so you have to, endure whatever happens in that secret, secret nasty world,
the pit.
But and you go with that consciousness, and then you just go, and it doesn't have to be like that anymore. So that's why I think it's
hard
exciting.
when you're playing a supporting role, though, and there's an NDA, and you have these women that aren't telling their stories. It's not my place, especially when I'm working with all these women, to say anything that's happening to them. I know they tell me their stories, but
you hear it all because
I'm not a person. It is not my role to come forward with any of this, and it doesn't mean that I support it. It's just in this business, I am not allowed to do that. That is the person who it's happening to, their responsibility, and knowing that when they do that, they have the support of us that know about it. And I think that's the role that.
And we're not women. We could never know what it's like, and so.
Well, actually, on that point, like this week on my social, I'm going to share my Me Too story. I was a lot younger. I was much smaller, and I was put in a situation that was very similar to the stories that I've heard. The only difference is I never felt like when push comes to shove, and it was going to be a violent situation that I would lose.
Like our
that's where I can say okay, but then on that end too, this is where I feel like I should tell my story too, because the execution of sexual acts isn't always like a part. It appears and is said from those ignorant males' point of view that it is willingly participated, but you go into survival mode for either your career or your safety or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I relate to the same thing. For my career, survival mode, and especially being locked in a car. I'm saying to be forced to do that for your career. So it's like I can understand that too.
Jekyll and Hyde. That's what the fear that these men
produce. Because it's not about sex. It's about power.
It's about power.
Manipulation.
Manipulation.
And if you're 19, 20, and you're with this guy who's over 40, it's power.
But as a guy too, like this is the story.
I went through the same thing. I was harassed as well.
Like for us,
I harassed you right in the green room. Yeah,
you did. You touched me inappropriately.
All right, guys. Just get a little. This is on the rocks, not on the polish. Craig,
rock hard.
Yeah, definitely rocks. That's for sure.
Craig, I got this email a few times. Your friends are also your clients, your celebrity clients, like MJ.
And I remind them all the time because oftentimes they'll go into hiding from me because I'm a trainer and their friend, and they don't want to disappoint me.
That's interesting. So the question is, because they're your friends, is it hard to push them to the level that you need to push them? Do they feel like they can slack off because you're friends? How easy is it to be the trainer, but you're also I see your Instagram stories and you're having fun while you're working them out. And
good question, really good question. And this is where I think it's beneficial, and it works out to be beneficial. And I'll tell a personal story, and she's probably going to kill me for this, but MJ the other day wanted and was obsessed and very demanding to go to. Was it
Shakey's Pizza?
Those Mojo potatoes?
Right, that's
what
she wanted.
Said.
That's what she wanted.
I've never ever experienced this, so naively I'm like, okay, that would be great.
And so I
watched like a buffet consumption of carbs right in front of me, and I was like, wow. But I get.
You're like, wow.
I was like, just right in front of me, daringly, like I'm your friend. I'm going to do this right in front of you. But
we need a cheat day.
Oh, it's cheat day turns into sometimes.
That was like the Last Supper.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Because when I had lunch with you, you had 4 hamburgers.
Yeah, but look
at 4.
it.
But there's no carb. There's no.
I had a glass of water.
There's no sugar. There's no sugar. There's no bread. There's no wheat. There's no starch.
There's no fun.
Everybody's zero balance or 0 point is different. So for her, that's great, and what a great relationship that we have. That I'm able to be close enough with these people to see the 23 hours of the day that they aren't typically with their trainer. So then I can analyze it and go, okay, next time we're going to make these better choices, not the best choice.
Well, when she calls you in SOS, I
yo-yo.
feel fat and bloated, and you're like, well, next time have a few less Mojo potatoes, honey.
Well, and
sometimes we need to indulge. Sometimes we just need to do that. So the other question with that was, how often is often enough to exercise? What is the bare minimum time per week that somebody needs to exercise?
As much as you can possibly get in, that it doesn't become an obsession.
The bare minimum.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes
a week?
of.
Yeah, but your body can't change
a day.
A day.
What you want to do is move throughout the day with intention, intensity, and purpose, and that starts with posture and stretching. So a body that is aware of their mobility is going to be aware of their actions and what they do nutritionally and throughout the day. So that said, I wrote that book, Anatomy of Stretching, on purpose.
Great pictures, by the way.
Oh, the anatomy pictures?
A few things for stretching, yep.
So I want people to, if they're going to do anything, they're going to stretch and they're going to move their body so that once you have a relationship with your body, it's almost impossible for you to damage it.
Right.
Does that, if that makes sense?
It does, but stretching to me is so boring because I feel like I'm not doing anything.
This
Like,
is
I feel like if I'm on
this
the-
is Alexander stretching right there.
When have you stretched? When last have you stretched, though? The idea of stretching is boring. Stretch the truth, maybe. Once you activate the body, it's one of the most feel-good and only programs that every single person can do, regardless of age, your size, your whatever it is.
Another question we got is: Are some people just not meant to be fit?
No, that's not true.
Please, Brandon.
Our bodies actually, it is severe damage if you're putting on weight and creating a situation where you're going to have an autoimmune disorder or such. It's not just about gym and moving your body. It's about wellness and you tackling your emotional baggage and your history, because we go through a lot. Especially in 2017, and this is what I'm trying to tackle politically, what's going on. People are storing onto that damage in their body.
Have you seen how much weight Trump has gained, by the way?
Oh, America's gained. I don't care about him. I'm
It's
beyond
mind, body,
caring
and
at him.
spirit. At the end of the day, with your question, it's mind, body, and spirit. So, like,
Who has
yes,
time for that?
You can work out, but you got to be like he's saying. You got to be balanced spiritually, mentally, and also with the psychological aspects, and as well as the diet is concerned too. So you can work out all you want. If your diet and your mentality is screwed up,
We'll
you're
work
not
out
gonna
for the
have any
right
progress.
reasons too. We
Exactly.
have a body that can move, and we need to really experience that and love that human experience. We don't work out to combat overeating or stress
Exactly.
eating or any of these things. Identify why we stress eat,
Exactly.
and then find other ways of getting support. And that's why we have
Exactly.
social media, so people can reach out all the time. More times than not, now I get messages from people that are saying, "Thank you for listening." It doesn't matter what the topic
Right.
of
They just
conversation
want to be heard.
Yeah.
I also think as long as you're gentle on yourself and you know you're constantly moving forward, but there's times that things ebb and flow. There's times that more energy is going towards my mind and my spirit, and my body gets a little less attention, and it comes back. But I'm always gentle on myself.
Thank you for saying that, and that's what I want to say. I want to finish with the MJ thing, with her doing the shakies. Is that it?
Shakies.
Mojo potatoes.
Is
$6.99 lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so you know.
We don't know. You guys don't know. I do. I know what she's going through. I know what she's tackling through her day. So if it means that she's doing that, and then I address it and go, guess what? You had those carbs. That's going to give you incredible energy to go do Runyon. It's going to be able to do walking lunges. So that's where I step in. So never be shy about sharing what you perceive as your mix-ups and your fuck-ups. This is where your trainer and you need to have a really good relationship.
What would you say is the main cause for overweight in America?
Fabulosity.
I think it's a chemical dependency, purposefully designed by corporate America for people to become addicted to overspend and to
sugar
and high fructose corn syrup and almost everything.
Sugar.
Yeah,
they start that in baby formula.
Everything is sugar. They're trying to do a low, take out the fat out of things and put sugar in it. That's the major problem, in my opinion, because I come from family of trainers. So,
but even like a keto diet, like you can't say, okay, just have fat in your diet. When I had one client that was on Facebook Live. Do you remember I did my training live series?
I loved it.
Keto's not for everybody, by the way, because I've been doing keto for like 5
you've
years.
been a bitch for
but
like 5 years.
it's not for everybody.
But
either.
your body in the situation
Eat a
and the
carb.
workouts you do
No, I'm just a
justify
bitch.
that
But
kind
you're
of
always in
fat
a bad mood.
content.
But a person that's
But
like
one girl-
starting at an obese level, it's probably not the ideal.
Well, that's what I was
thing
going to
with
say.
the way
Carrie,
that-
in that situation, I love that she took the initiatives to trial and error things. But when she went to full blast with the keto diet, it was like adding up to 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day from fat content. And she's trying to follow what works for you, Scott, what works for people on CrossFit, and it's not, one program does not fit all.
That's what I'm saying. It's not for everybody because everybody's DNA is different, and so
Now, Luis,
Yes.
so your workout regimen when you were on stage, you played the MC in Cabaret, so you're half naked for the whole show.
Wow.
So not only do you have to perform, and Craig, you know this very well. Not only do you perform at night, and then you have late hours, and then the cast goes out or whatever. You have that energy from doing a show.
I have
It's
my
not
drinks. I'm never going to quit vodka. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm not quitting that.
But you have to upkeep this fitness level. So not only do you have to upkeep your voice, but your stamina.
It's a
what
discipline.
Was your...
Yeah, it's a discipline. I lost 20 pounds to play that part, and but when I went to a nutritionist and he told me, listen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your brain is that of a fat person. Because you want carbs at night, you don't eat the proper breakfast, you go and rehearse for 6 hours straight with an empty stomach, you're fucking yourself up. And so he changed the whole thing. He just gave me a better way, and I felt it immediately. Immediately I felt it, and I followed it through. And
that's a Broadway thing, though, too, where we are performing and we don't want to overeat beforehand. So that is a 5 to 6 hour period, and then you eat. Of course, you're starving, so you just enjoy afterwards.
Well, here's the funny thing, because I've done a lot of musical theater. The dancers are so separate from the rest of the cast. Like the dancers are the responsible ones.
Yeah.
They show up, they stretch, they eat
not,
right. They
not
act
in my
yeah,
place.
like no,
not in my
they're
place.
not.
Not in my cast.
Dancers are the most abusive.
Use the microphone, Enrique. It's a radio show.
What were you saying?
I thought he was going to say he's on the diet.
Dancers
you're on a
highly
radio show,
abusive.
honey.
Yeah, there you go.
They didn't kick in.
Although we took a picture, and I remember I had to resize somebody,
One
not me.
time.
Yes,
one time.
that was actually funny. Luis,
Size? What?
no, I had to fix somebody's waistline.
Oh my god!
Anyway.
Every photo. Welcome to my Instagram page.
Yeah, right.
Luis, but I love what you've done in Venezuela, taking the Broadway shows, and then who does the translations into Spanish?
My partner and I, she trained in a musical theater in New York, and what we do is we don't translate it as, we don't take the Mexican translation or the Argentinian translation or the Spanish translation. We do the Venezuelan translation, and we are out there, and we are over the top, and we are racier and we are beyond politically incorrectness. So our translations are pretty cool.
But does that still stay consistent with the
Exactly.
lyrics and everything?
It's more consistent when you wrestle. I mean, Chicago and Cabaret are very naughty shows.
Of course.
Very naughty.
Yeah.
So the translations in Spanish are very, like the razzle dazzle thing. It's a very in metric and very properly done and very correctly translated, but we fuck everything up.
Well, I want to take a look at your performance as the MC in Cabaret, which is one of my favorite musicals.
Whose bulge is that?
That's Luis.
That's my
That's
great
Luis.
talent.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my great talent.
I gotta go see Tamara.
Why do you
now.
think I
You can tell he's Catholic, not Jewish. Dos chicas. What fun! And there's actually more of your performances out there. You guys have to watch Luis in Cabaret. But music has been also a big part of your life.
No, not really that much. No. I didn't think I could sing in a Broadway musical before Cabaret.
Really?
Never. And the director approached me, and I could, I could sing as an actor. You think you can, but you don't dare to do it because there are people out there who are really singers. And then he said, "Listen, I want you to play the Cabaret." And I said, "What?" Because it's one of the hardest male.
Well, I Don't
roles.
Care Much is a big song.
It's a big song. Big song. All the falsettos.
And it's not just the singing; it's the physicality that you have to do while singing.
The movement.
And he told me, "Listen, you have 6 months to prepare, and I think you can act your way through a song." he told me that, and I said, "Fuck, act my way through a song. I'm gonna sing the hell out of it."
Yeah.
And I trained myself for 6 months, and once I did it, and I realized I could do it, because it's always the discipline. I mean, you have your whatever talent you have, but if you train for something with determination, you're gonna get the body you want. You're gonna get the performance you want, or closer to what. It opened up a door for my.
How many shows
career.
a week?
8.
Oh, so you did the 8 shows?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the stamina part. It's not about one show. It's about 8 shows.
8 shows, and our venue was almost 3,000 people.
It's huge.
Oh, that's
huge.
Wow.
Huge.
Was it Teresa Carreño?
Yeah.
It's one of the, if not the best theater in Venezuela.
Wow. Latin America. It's
In Latin
fantastic.
America, it has
It's
to be
So
one of the
can we
top.
ask him to do a line from it?
Yeah. I was a long time ago.
Wasn't Jewish at all. That line. It's delivered so differently. I don't know the context of it if people don't know, but it's where the
gorilla.
The gorilla
Yeah.
is dancing with you.
It's a great moment.
Yeah, and then the end, it's delivered so powerfully, and it like shuts the audience up. It's like a huge slap across their face. So how did you deliver that line? Do you remember it?
I remember it was one of the best moments of the play. I just think that most Venezuelan audience didn't expect the David's cross in her chest. So after having fun with the song, when I just slapped the David's cross, the David's star in her chest, it was like dead silence.
So it was the action.
It was like,
that.
whoa, okay.
She
So
wouldn't
it's-
be Jewish at all.
Right.
Like that.
I think I said it very, que sea judía, da igual.
Yeah, it's a slap in the
Anything you
face.
say just sounds better. You could
It
like
does.
Yes,
Even the English version should be said like that.
you guys have to check out on YouTube. Craig Ramsay actually tells a really funny story during his performance in Cats.
Oh God!
It's one of my favorite stories that you've ever told. But you guys go to YouTube and check it out. Craig Ramsay Cats. Let's just say that somebody peed.
Hashtag piss soaked the
Yeah.
costume.
Oh.
Yeah, infamous cat story.
All right, gentlemen, you are here to give us some tips. So holidays are here, and I cannot believe we're already almost near Christmas. When Thanksgiving was 2 days away, I was like, what?
Yay! I'm so happy. Christmas music has been playing in our house since
November
Halloween.
1st! November. Ah!
I beat you.
Scott will tell you. I'm like, is your tree up? Is your tree up? Is your
Yeah.
tree up? And it's like, bitch, it's October. I love Christmas so much.
We have 2 trees, one at home, and then we have one that we travel on the road with in our car. So gay, right?
Well, we're in hotels.
That's just so cute. That's not gay, just dedicated.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Just dedicated.
So, Craig, how do we stay fit with the overeating, the office parties, the alcohol?
Yeah, it's hard to give that advice because it's so a widespread net. Like, who knows what people are going through? All I can say is that if people are traveling, and more times than not they are now in the U.S., an easy bet is, okay, how do we make sure to pick one meal a day that we can indulge in? Because oftentimes we get in the habit of, okay, I'm going to go for breakfast, and then I'm going to have lunch, and then we're going to have a buffet dinner, blah blah blah.
Mojo potatoes.
I'm like looking. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm staring at you with this, but
Because I'm gorgeous, that's why.
so what I advise, on the road, is Starbucks. Most people go to Starbucks, and then they are enticed to have all of these huge lattes that are like 6,000 to 2,000 calories.
I didn't realize the pumpkin spice latte had 380 calories. I was drinking like 3 a day.
And do you know what you can do? Here's a really quick tip. A breakfast sandwich, that low-fat turkey bacon is like 250 calories. And then you can always get a regular coffee with 1 pump of that syrup.
Oh, okay.
Of the pumpkin spice, or like a splash of eggnog in it. It is actually taking away more than 500 plus calories, and you're still getting the same taste and the same enjoyment.
So, but I heard also though, if you save it all up for one mega meal, your body will keep on to that because it's in starvation mode. So that's not good either. So you should be eating.
I'm not
going
to tell people to starve themselves, but what I will tell people is that you should always have your breakfast, like I just outlined, but also too, more times than not, we're not hungry, we're thirsty. Our bodies don't necessarily need to have 3+ plus meals a day. So if we're thirsty, make sure that you indulge and you enjoy in lots of water, and you can always cut up fruit and vegetables, and this is great if you're hosting, and add those into the water, because if
Cucumber water is my favorite.
Exactly. If there's a taste in it, you're going to consume more and you're going to feel more full. Now, mind you, after the holidays, don't get in the habit of combining your fluids with your food, because it's stretching out your stomach. You want to avoid an hour before and an hour after of any kind of fluid consumption, so that your food gets properly digested without excess water.
Unless it's wine.
I was going to say, you know what goes well with water is vodka.
And what goes well with wine is stretching.
Yes.
Yeah, my Stretcheries and wine class is really popular this holiday season, I have to say.
I have to come do it. In fact, Enrique and I are working on a project, and we want to do a little segment with Stretcheries and wine.
Yeah, it's wine tasting with stretching paired together. So it's usually 5 different flight pairings of the two.
Done. That's the time that I will exercise. All right, Brandon, celebrity stylist. What mistakes do people make with their holiday looks?
Oh. What mistakes? I thought you were going to ask me like what to do.
I got a few
mistakes. I think here's one thing to always remember: only have one statement piece. If you're wearing something, you should only have one piece that's a statement. Unless you're going to an ugly sweater, some sort of Christmas party, but only have one statement. I think that what is in this holidays, or these holidays, are hair jewelry. It's quick, it's easy. Jen Atkins, Chloe and Isabel, I'm a huge fan of, and they have some really great stuff. And you're seeing a lot of like 90s faux fur scrunchies, and there's some really fun stuff.
Can you put some of that in Alexander's hair?
Yes,
it's getting really long.
It's really long.
This is Desi Arnaz, like staple it on hair.
And I think what's out is definitely sexual assault. So on 2017 for the holidays. So stick to 2 cocktails at your Christmas party. You'll stay out of trouble.
Oh, do you know what he does?
That's not going to happen in my party.
Yes. This is a housewife trick, and it's not very classy when you're out at an expensive restaurant.
But I don't care. What? I will put ice in my rosé or my Chardonnay, because
I love
it will melt.
That's
brilliant. It will melt. It lasts longer. I don't drink as much, and it's something that keeps me in check.
Fun?
I always have fun.
But I think like a party
sober fun.
Ready.
No. When I'm drinking, but I think for me, when I'm in public and I'm at a public event, I always do things where I can still maintain.
I've never seen you guys drunk.
Composure.
Huh?
I think composure.
I've never
is
seen you guys like
overrated.
drunk.
No,
you guys have seen me drunk.
No. Wait, so what about
He's still coming off of drunk.
Come to Vegas with us.
Latino women like to look like a Christmas tree all year long. So I mean, I seriously have Latino girlfriends who they say I love to look like a Christmas tree because like the earrings,
nice.
Well, and Enrique, we hung out with Raquel. This girl has a full face on, like at the laundromat.
Full
like she
face
is like,
on.
ready to go.
But I think don't confuse one statement piece with wearing things that are fabulous or things that are like you can have a look, but like one of the things is something that somebody should look at. Of course, have full hair. I don't care if you weaves, makeup, all of that, heels. But as far as like color or a pop of something, don't have more than one on. Don't have like some light up earrings on, and your bag does the same thing.
So I've been doing this. Tell me if this look is acceptable. I've been wearing like a dark denim designer jean with Calvin Klein tuxedo loafers.
No.
With like a ribbon. Really?
Everyone's like, no.
Why when you said Calvin Klein, I stopped.
You barely wear a shirt. No, but it's it's a tuxedo shoe.
Yes.
Like a loafer, patent leather.
Patent leather
with jeans and a blazer.
I'm a patent leather person. For again, that to me would be your statement piece.
Okay.
And I wear patent leather all through the holidays. So I wear actually a pair of Calvin Klein patent leather shoes. I will wear them.
Sorry, Scott.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just wear the underwear, that's all.
All right. Luis, we also got this email, and then we have to wrap up. Architecture? What?
Exactly.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I was 15 and I was in college. You were
15 in college?
Yeah.
Very exciting story, isn't it?
Yeah, so I love architecture. It's a fantastic career. But while I was studying architecture, I realized I wanted to be in theater, and then what I thought it was going to be my career ended up being my hobby, and vice versa. Very expensive hobby. But I have to work my ass off now as an actor to pay my architect taste. But that's that. That's the end of the architecture.
You do realize that I studied 2 semesters at RISD of architecture?
You did?
I did.
Wow.
I
just
never
learned-
knew this. I find out more about you when you're on the show than in our a million texts a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the artistic side of the whole thing.
I learned at Trevor Live. Tom Ford was given the Hero Award, and
I'll give him a Hero Award.
But yeah, he was an architect.
He is, yeah.
He went through and then decided
and you
not
can
to do it,
tell,
and then
and
went
you can
to-
tell when you
to be a
see
designer.
when you see a
films-
single man,
Yeah.
you see an
Yeah.
architect more than a fashion designer. It's
Interesting.
fantastic
I
movie.
think it's that creative mind that's also
But every
analytical.
frame, the acting, everything. Architecture is like the overall, like the god of all arts that you bring everything
haircutting
together.
and what I do, it's the same language. So
Of
you
course.
speak everything is the same
I
language.
think we can
It's
all
the same
relate,
lingua-
yeah,
lingo,
yeah.
Well, as
you
a
know.
director, I'm
exactly.
sure the
Yeah.
architecture comes in and like it's
Absolutely, you see it in every
perfect.
frame.
You
in
have
a
to see
single
the
man.
final piece, but then you have to
Structure.
see the foundation and all
Absolutely.
that. Brandon, what happens?
I'm sorry. He just said
Why are you laughing at me? You
Just say foundation. I was like, yeah. I'll give an architect for a foundation.
He wakes
Yeah.
up to laugh at me. He goes to bed to laugh at me.
You blended yours this time.
I wake up just to laugh at you. Yeah. What is this whole? Oh, it's for. There's like an umbrella goes there. What is that?
Last
for?
time you ever said that, Brandon. When you're
been a
starting
while.
to do hair and like halfway in it, you're like, "Oh, this is not going well." What do you do?
Act.
I smile and act. Exactly. You don't let them
Because it
know.
has to happen, right?
You know, yeah,
He
it
brings
happens
me
all the
in.
time.
He
Yeah.
brings me in and says,
Right.
"Hey, it could be worse."
Right.
You know, you need to come up with a hair loss product or something. Dean, you're in the biz. You know, you should.
You know what? You look good
Find a
though, like
solution.
that. You don't need
Right.
it.
But other
I don't
people
think we
don't,
all
though.
need it.
I agree.
But some people don't look good. Some
Well,
people, you know.
I think some people don't know how to wear it and don't know what they're doing.
you
So
can't.
I
Wait,
think-
you really can't wear it though, can you?
yeah, there's certain things you can
So,
do.
what advice would you give for guys who are thinning or bald? And my advice would be just cut the freaking thing off. But what would you
Well,
do?
yeah.
But when do you make that decision?
Well, you ask the people around you. Like the people, I find 9 times out of 10 that the people losing their hair, the people around them are enabling and not giving them proper.
Then who's
advice.
enabling Alexander?
10 times a day, he says, "Balding," and that's it. Balding.
It's a very delicate thing.
Well,
it's like telling
yeah.
someone, your dick is falling down. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Wow.
So you don't say that.
Wow.
Some things should be
How many men
unspoken.
have you
it's like
told that
cellulite.
to?
No, it's
But
like
if your dick
cellulite.
is
You don't
falling
talk
down
about cellulite.
and you're wearing
What does
sweats
a
with
dick
no
falling down look
underwear,
like?
you'd
Exactly.
probably be like,
Exactly.
that's
You're right.
not what you want to do.
You're right.
Like, and I think that's when you're talking about hair loss or that there are things that
tough
look
subject.
better.
Don't do the
I mean,
combo over.
Jude Law, look at him. He has like 5 hairs on his head, and his haircuts and what goes. He looks
Haircut's
so
important.
stylish and
The
amazing.
haircuts you give to those guys really
Yeah.
look good. And then what that can't do the Propecia. Or,
There's so many.
Postcard.
There's
I
so
take
many
that.
options now.
You do?
I do. My brother.
I'm finding out so much about everybody
I
on
wouldn't,
this show.
I wouldn't do
here.
a chemical though. I would do.
Well,
But
'cause I heard
you
it dries out
take-
your skin.
Well, I heard it also makes your dick go limp. Or they could have sexual problems. You haven't had that?
Not mine.
Look at me, Scott.
I couldn't even walk. We had a wheelchair.
Do you need me to help with that extra? 'Cause I can help with the extra.
Can I tell really quick funny pro scar
Yes,
story?
yes.
Okay, my poor father, Canadian, was visiting him. My mom and him were on vacation in Mexico. Should I tell
There was
this?
snowbirding, yes.
Okay, yeah. And anyway, I told him. He says, "Do you need anything?" Because sometimes prescriptions, medication is cheaper over there. And I said, "Oh my God, can you get me ProScar?" And he said, "Yeah, sure. How do you spell it?" And I told him. And then he went in with my mom, and he told the guy, "Oh, I need some ProScar." And he says, "Sure. You just have to see the doctor quickly in the back room." And
That sounds sketchy to me.
well, my dad, being Canadian, went in there, and before he knows it, his pants are down, and there's a finger with no glove up his ass, and he had no
Enrique's
idea.
writing the address down.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God,
where?
no, can you
He had no
imagine? Like,
idea
my dad would kill me,
that
yeah.
it wasn't directly for hair; it was for your prostate.
Yeah.
And so that has to be checked first to get the medication. So then he came out like
He's like, your
bowlegged.
dad's like, son, I understand now. What you're getting.
Oh no, he was bow-legged, came out, and he was so pissed at me. And so my
funny.
mom called, and she goes, and she was laughing so hard. She goes, your father can't get on the phone. He can't talk to you for a while. He's so upset. All I ever say, you could have told me, Craig. You could have told me. But thank you, Dad. I just want to say thank you, Dad, so much. This head of
He
hair.
took one for the team.
Yeah. You took it like a champ, literally.
But gay, straight, whatever, our G spot is there. So
What's whatever? There's gay, straight, and you said so. What else is gay and straight?
Fluid.
Yeah.
There
Stop
we
the
go.
labels. Stop the
Stop
labels.
I'm fluid.
You guys, it's
Fluid
always
for
so
fluid.
much fun, just like hanging out, you know. And I love it so much. Chris, how you doing? Yeah.
He's fluid
He's
for
always
fluid.
so low key. Like we could literally catch on fire, and he'd be like, "Oh,
It's all cool. Maybe like with the water like this.
I'm just going to smoke break.
All right, so we're going to go around the room, tell our listeners where they can find you, and then tell us what your New Year's resolution is.
And don't say bathhouse.
Well, you guys can't. Well, never mind.
What?
But because you guys are so well known, like if you wanted to be a little naughty, you could never be a little naughty because people are like, "Oh,
Yes, you
see
can.
you on TV."
Yes, you can.
I have to delete all of my apps because people are recognizing from the show. And
Oh, yeah.
it's weird. So
Yeah.
buy apps.
Yeah, but there's a celebrity grinder or something like that, right?
Carly.
There's
knows about
celebrities.
this.
Oh,
right.
so does
Yeah.
Naomi.
She's the one that told me.
What? Huh?
I thought you said celebrity.
but just the yeah
Shade.
that angle.
All right, where can our listeners find you, and what is your New Year's resolution?
At Brandon Liberati, and I'm Brandon Liberati on everything. .com, Google, Yahoo, whatever. And my New Year's resolution is to be more proactive with charities this year. Like it's
You
for
guys
me,
do so much for all
but
the charities, though.
But I really want to be more hands-on. We do a lot as far as throwing events, but I really want to be in there. I want to be somebody that is, dishing up.
Do you think
food
that
or-
happens as you grow older and you need some,
Yes.
to leave purpose?
And I think as you get more detached in what we
Less
do,
selfish.
and we get around more people that have a lot more things, I feel like I
You
keep
start
my
to
feet on
exist
the
in a
ground.
bubble. Yeah, I mean, that's great.
I hear you.
And
I hear you. Yeah.
the Trevor Project is great. In fact, you can call the Trevor Project, and you can do a tour, and then they'll train you to be a volunteer.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That's a great one, Trevor Project.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Okay.
Mr. Ramsay.
So online at Craig Ramsay Fit, and Ramsay's RAMSAY. And New Year's resolution, I don't really know if I have one that I can say. I mean, I always need to work on myself, and I think that this year has been really tough with the news on a daily basis being so negative. I want to look at that and stay informed without getting affected. So it affects my mood throughout the whole day, and I just got to trust and understand the collective is on the path of what's right and what's good, and not take it on to where it affects me and makes me sway over to that other side.
Right.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people need to be on that path.
Do you guys think that the polarization in this country is going to get better?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
do you
so.
think so?
Absolutely.
It's shaking up right now. I mean,
But
we need the
it's
breakdown.
getting
of breakdown.
worse, I think.
No, it's not getting worse. It's
I
not
don't
getting worse.
know.
It's almost like things are being revealed that have always been there, but
I
we're
don't
kind
know.
of seeing
Maybe
that.
it depends on the friends that you are with and you talk.
He doesn't
on a
hang out
daily
with any
basis.
friends.
Oh, okay.
They're all stoners, so I mean,
okay,
it's
okay.
cool, man.
No, it's just a question. I'm very interested in.
In the
but-
70s? What?
But seriously, I think that a lot of things are coming resurfacing. A lot of us are getting tired of a lot of certain things because we're taking 2 steps back and we're going to be taking 4 steps forward.
I
So
hope that
it
is
seems
right.
like that now, but in the long term, like because I kind of my clairvoyance says I've kind of predicted all this happening, and a lot of us intuitives, especially in the spiritual community, have predicted all this like years ago,
Right.
30 years ago. We
But
predicted.
you see
also
this
a conservative,
getting better.
too.
You see this
I'm
getting
not a
better in the
conservative. I'm a
short
libertarian.
run. You see this getting better in the short run.
I'm not because I'm a libertarian.
Yeah,
I like
There's a
the
huge
saying-
difference between a conservative and a libertarian. Huge difference.
You see this getting better in the short run.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's things are just being shaken right now. And
Right.
it needs to be so people have more of a voice.
No, I
You know-
understand that.
I
you
do
know,
see
but-
that more of the younger people are becoming involved, whether
Well,
they're on
yeah.
your
More
side or not on your
but
side.
more people are
but
having
people
a
are-
voice too.
But
And
the
I think
interesting thing is that I saw that we saw this happening in our country 18 years ago,
Right.
and we're still suffering.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you guys are going through a huge turmoil.
and it's very similar. I mean, when I hear the
Forget
president of this country speak, is speaking exactly the same lines Chavez spoke 18 years ago, and it took us to fucking hell, and we're still suffering.
Yeah.
So
and
be
it
careful.
starts little, and I'm so glad you said that, because I'm always quiet about this. I never speak about this, but I see it. It's like it starts so little, and it
That's
starts
how
like as
Hitler
a
started.
rumor,
He
and it
started
starts
off
like
as-
they start talking about, like, you see a post on Facebook about, you know, like media and how they want to control it, but no, people
Right.
don't pay attention. Yeah, and all of a sudden it just becomes bigger, and all of a sudden you blink and it's out of control.
Right.
So
well, I
heads
didn't
up.
want to talk about politics right now, but
Yeah.
I was curious. I was just
But
curious.
exactly on that note, what he's saying.
So you can find me in Luis Fernandez 14 and Instagram mostly. Tune in tomorrow to.
I cannot
Honest.
wait.
Honest.
I cannot wait.
If you blink too fast, you're gonna miss me. But I start
But your arc is-
appearing tomorrow.
Nice.
And my New Year's resolution, I think it's going to be a selfish one, to enjoy my life a little bit more, because I'm always so worried about everything. Having a teenage boy, and being so work obsessed, you miss the little moments of joy in your life, and that is my New Year's resolution.
Awesome. Enrique.
Well, mine, it's all Enrique Sapene, at Enrique Sapene, everywhere. Just SAPNE. And my resolution for next year is I want to create more opportunities for Latinos. I want to start the year and invest. And it's always been about like finding work and creating opportunities. No, I want to help create more opportunities for Latinos
in your bedroom,
entertainment.
In Spanish now, please.
No, there's no more room in my bedroom. but in both English and Spanish. I think like we always complain about diversity, and I think the solution to the problem is in our hands, and we just need to get together and make it happen. So that's what I'm going to do.
See.
The Scott Cruz on Instagram, Scott Cruz Official on Facebook. Yeah, that's peephole for you too. And also, my New Year's resolution is to be more fluid.
Okay.
Wow.
So you're gonna have sex with
I've
girls
been,
now?
No, I mean I'm using it as a spin-off of what I'm saying. I think that I've for me personally, I think, and then a lot of other people have been so obsessed with career or getting things ahead that you tend to not allow yourself to enjoy the little things. So I want to go back to that too.
Leaving your house, hanging out with friends.
Oh wow. Here come the receipts.
Yeah.
Refund, please. Refund.
All right. You can find us on Facebook, On the Rocks Radio Show, Instagram, Twitter, On the Rocks On Air. My personal Instagram, by the way, is a little fun. It's at AR Snoopy, because I'm Snoopy obsessed.
And I got to leave the house.
And what's your resolution?
So my resolution is, we have everything. In fact, Enrique and I are working on a project. It's time to take this to the next level. So,
amen, brother.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna be working.
We have some great
harder.
surprises coming very soon.
Very, very soon.
Very
Happy
soon.
for you guys.
Yeah. So
very
I'm
much
just
overdue.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Love
work
overdue.
harder and drink maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, that
Maybe.
needs to be.
Maybe.
That's on Instagram.
You need an alcohol diet.
Whatever.
Bye, guys.
Look at the name of the radio show. Thank you, Chris. Everybody, next
Is it
week,
over now?
it's TV Land, Little House on the Prairie fans, Happy Days fans. Also, check out our December 19th holiday show with Joanna Cassidy, and who knows what celebrity she... Can you guys... Oh, God. I love you guys.
Bye.
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you, Alexander.
Well, because I've dark mode on my phone, it actually looks like white.
This has been On the Rocks with Alexander, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Universal Broadcasting Network. Find me on Facebook on The Rocks Radio Show. Tweet me or Instagram me at On The Rocks On Air. See you next Tuesday!